Hey everybody, it's Strict9 with Strict9 GP, and welcome to episode 6 of my Out of the Park Baseball 19 playthrough with the Reds, the GM challenge I've been working on. We are about to start the Wildcard game. We're at the preview screen right now. Looks like we're matched up pretty close in some areas, but I'm hoping that if anything, this wild card game, I'm hoping the pitching matchup favors us. Although they're going with Luis Gohara, who's 2.5 to potential 3.5 star pitcher. He hasn't had a terrible year. This is pretty much his rookie year. You can see he's 3-pitch starter with 2 very good pitches in a fastball and a slider. Not as good with the changeup, but against us, it looks like he didn't get a decision, but he was had a 2.79 ERA, and Wacha has not pitched against Atlanta this season, so I'm not sure how that's gonna who that's gonna favor, but I'm hoping that Wacha has a strong game. Offensively, it's kind of like a matchup between our offense and their pitching. Their pitching is quite a bit stronger than ours. That might be why they made the wild card game over Arizona. But you can see they still have some pretty good offensive players here. Albies leading off, had a solid year. Acuna, of course, had a great rookie year. More than likely, he's going to beat out Senzel. If it came down to these two, he would definitely get the nod for Rookie of the Year between the two of them. But Swanson didn't have too bad of a season there, and Freddie Freeman, of course, has been pretty much the offensive anchor of this team for the last few seasons, and he had another good year, another solid season for him. He's kind of I think he's a lefty, but I think he's kind of got that same model offensive performance-wise as Votto. He draws a lot of walks. He has good power, but not it's not going to hit 40 home runs a year. Although on a 20 scale at 16, that can typically get you to 30, 40 plus home runs. But he had a good year. He was healthy most of the year, and that helped him a lot. A couple of these other guys I'm not really too familiar with, so I think we're pretty evenly matched offensively, top to bottom. And of course, staying with the theme, I am GM only, so Girardi's going to control everything. It's not going to be up to me. And I think he's made the best choices here, although I'm a little bit surprised with Suzuki. Although with Schebler out, we really are struggling in terms of filling out that last outfield spot. But I'm not sure why he is not using Stevenson more as a starter, because I think Stevenson has, for the most part, he has good offensive ratings, good speed, a good defender. That's right. I keep forgetting this. He's not rated highly at right field. This is one of those things where if I were managing the team, I would more than likely put Winker in right, even though he's not great in right field. He will give you a little bit better performance than Stevenson, and put Stevenson in left just to get their both their bats in the lineup. But I hired him to control the team. I hired him to manage the team, so I've got to go with what he decides. And then before we start the game, I just wanted to go with on the team stats just to kind of see how we're stacking up. And I really think Atlanta struggles against righties. We struggle against lefties. So I think the pictures that we need are for both teams are in there. I'm pretty sure that that's a lefty. Let me double check. Yeah, they're going with the lefty starter. And Atlanta also has been really pretty consistent for the most part. They had a little bit of a slide in June, July, but other than that, they were above 500 every month. And Offensively, they're in top 10 in a lot of categories, but you can see pitching wise, they're second, third in bullpen ERA, second in opponent's average, and hits allowed, first in BABIP. I gotta remember what that stands for. I guess that's batters in scoring. Somebody's gonna have to maybe comment on that. And I used to know, I should know it, but I forgot what that stands for. But you see on us, I mean, it's all offense primarily, and just really just hoping against hope that we can have a decent pitching outing. But we got our best pitcher going today, so that's good news. So let's go ahead and get it started. We'll be in the one pitch mode, and we will be in the field. This is going to be at Great American Ballpark. 55 degrees, looks like the wind's blowing out a little bit. And first batter, Albies grounds out to third. And we've got Profar at third. I figured that's going to be the best option we're going to have right there. Now Markakis up. Looks like he had an okay year average-wise, but his power hasn't been the same since his early years in this league. So 0-2 count. And looks like a pop-up in the infield. And shortstop Peraza is going to get to that one. Wow, I like that. I didn't realize it did that. It's got the screen up there. And now Freddie Freeman. And he pops up to right. I think they should get to that. Yep. Suzuki. That's right. In right field, made the catch there. So 1-2-3 inning for Wacha. Now Hamilton leading off. He's in the hole 1 and 2. He's second in runs scored in the year, 128. I knew he was going to be up there close to the lead. And that brings up Winker. 0-2 count on him. Another strikeout. Wow, this guy's throwing something wicked. 74 miles per hour on that last pitch. Now Joey Votto. Joey Votto also bats left. I don't know why I was thinking he was a righty. It's another 1-2 count. And he grounds it to short, and that should be an out. So 1-2-3 innings for both. Now Acuna leading off. 1-0 count. And is that going to be a pop-up to first? Votto gets under it. Rio Ruiz up now. 2-2 count. And I don't know if that's going to fall down. It does. First hit of the game for either team, really, at this point. And Ruiz, not too much worry there in speed. 2-2 count now. Strikes out Swanson. I think that's his first strikeout. It is his first strikeout of the game. Flowers up now. 1-2 count. And he gets it through the infield. That's going to be another base hit. So runners on first and second now. And who's up? Lane Adams, center fielder. It's a 1-2 count. And he gets him swinging. So 2 strikeouts in that inning, but they do get a couple hits. Now Scooter Gennett leading off, batting a cleanup in today. And he's going to be swinging first pitch and popped him up. And looks like Albies will catch that one for the out. Now Tucker Barnhart up, 0-2. He strikes out looking. That's Gohara's third strikeout. Now Jose Peraza coming up. First pitch, it looks like he's going to be swinging. And that's going to get through on the right side of the infield. So our first hit of the game. And man, Peraza's got some speed, but Gohara's pretty good holding runners. I don't know if with Profar up. Now he struck him out swinging. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings so far. He's having a pretty dominant game. So Wacha, pitcher leading off, 1-1 count. And pretty decent hit there to deep center. Hamilton tracks it down. And top of the lineup back up with Albies. It's 0-2. He gets him looking. And that should be his third strikeout now. And Markakis up, 1-0 count. And grounder to second. Oh, but he throws it away. So he's going to wind up at second. Looks like that's going to be an error on... More than likely that's going to be an error on Jeanette, the way it looked. And Freeman just gets all of that one. Home run, 2-0. So that's how it turns. So big error there from Jeanette, and now we're down 2-0. Acuna up 1-2, and that's going to get through the infield. So 4 hits now for the Braves, and Acuna has some good speed. Rio Ruiz up, and he gets him looking. So bottom of the third now. We need to get something going. Suzuki up, first pitch, and he lines it out to the left. That may fall. It does. So Suzuki winds up on first with Wacha up. See if he bunts, and he bunts it down, and they're going to get the out at first, but a pretty good bunt there from Wacha to move Suzuki over to second. Now Billy Hamilton up. He struck out his first time up. It's 2-2, and he lines it down or grounds it down to first. Moves the runner over, but we really needed a hit there. So now it's going to come down to Jesse Winker, and it's a full count, and he draws a walk. That's going to bring up Votto. Runner's on the corner. It's a 1-2 count, and he strikes him out swinging. Ooh. So that lefty matchup, lefty starters, is giving us trouble today. So now Swanson leads off against Wacha. It's strike 3 called on a check swing. That's Wacha's 5th strikeout, and with that error, he's still no earned runs this game. Tyler Flowers up, but you know, you give up a home run to a guy, that run should count in my opinion, but he hits Flowers, so now we got a runner on first. Lane Adams up. Looks like they might be playing double play depth, and grounder to short, and that'll be easy double play there. So bottom of the 4th we go. Scooter Gennett leading off, and that might get down. It does in center, so base hit for Gennett. It's a good way to start the inning here. We need to capitalize on this. And Barnhart hits it pretty deep, and that's a home run. Whew. Not the guy I would have figured to hit that one, but he hit it as deep as you could in center field. So we're tied up at 2 now. And still no out here in the bottom of the 4th with Peraza up. And he grounds it down to first, but the first baseman was playing him close to the line, looked like. So 1 out. Profar up. He struck out his last time up. And he hits it deep. That one may be trouble. And he's going to wind up at second with a double. Okay, come on, let's keep it going. Suzuki up now. 0-1. And deep to center, but he's going to make the catch there. So that's going to bring up Michael Wacha, who's with 2 outs. He's going to have to be swinging, and struck him out looking. But we do tie it up here in the bottom of the 4th. So to the 5th now. Braves pitcher leading off, and first pitch looks like he may have popped him up in the infield, and Jeanette's going to catch that one for the out. Now Albies top of the lineup up for the Braves. Slow grounder to short, and those graphics. I've shown that before. It looks close every time. The throws from the infielders are just so slow. They need to maybe get the timing a little bit more accurate on that. Markakis grounder to Jeanette, and that should do it. A 1-2-3 inning, and bottom of the fifth now, still tied at 2. Hamilton leads off. It's a full count, and he draws a walk. This could be trouble. Hamilton led the league in stolen bases, and Flowers doesn't have that great of an arm, so now wouldn't be a bad time, I think, to send him, but it's a full count, and he's going. Whew. So he stole that on a full count. Winker strikes out. Now we got Votto up. That's a lefty-heavy lineup for sure. First pitch, and Hamilton's going again, but no throw. Flowers juggled the transfer, so now we got something going. Hamilton on third, 1 out, Votto up, 2-2 count, and he strikes him out. Not something you typically see from Votto. He's really struggled this second half. And Jeanette pops it up to center, and that should do it. So, despite some really nifty running there from Hamilton, we're not going to score. Now we're going to the top of the sixth. They lead off with Freeman, who had that 2-run home run. His last time up, he swings and misses. And that's going to be Wacha's 6th strikeout now. And that brings up Acuna. And he hits it pretty hard to center, so that'll get down for a hit. And Acuna's got some speed, so we may have to worry about this a little bit. And they're not playing double play depth either. 2-0 count. And that might get down. Nope. Hamilton able to get to it. It's 2 outs now with Swanson up. 1-2 count. Pop up to center. I think Hamilton should get there for this one. So the line looks pretty similar there as we go to the bottom of the sixth. 5 hits for both teams, 2 runs, just that one error. That's the big glaring, man, it just sticks out, especially when you think that's how they got their 2 runs. Now we got Barnhart, who hit that home run his last time up. See if he can do it again. It's 0-1. And I don't know if that one's going to fall. It's not. So Adams catches it in center. Peraza 1-1, and that's going to be a base hit to left or right center, sorry. So now we got Peraza up. They're playing double play depth with Profar, who Profar is 1 for 2 in this game. First pitch, and Peraza's running, and he's going to be in there. So yeah, that's a good deal from Girardi to take advantage of the catcher arm there. So we gotta make this one count. It's 2-2, and looks like he popped him up. Yep. So Albies gets to that one. So now Suzuki might be our last option here. Devin Watts. I think he's. Are they just putting him in? So they walk Suzuki. So Girardi's got a big decision to make here, and he's going to pitch hit for him. He's putting Herrera in. It scares me a little bit, but it's a full count, and pretty high, deep to center, but he's going to get to it. Man, I don't know if I would have wasted pull Wacha that early. So now they're going to have to go to the bullpen. Iglesias coming up, still tied at 2. And he hits the first batter he faces. Flowers going to wind up on first. Lane Adams up. They got the corners in there, at least third base playing in. And dribbler to the pitcher to second, and that's all they'll get. So 1 out now for Austin Riley. He's going to be batting for the pitcher. It's a 1-2 count. Grounder to Jeanette to short. Yep, they got him. So 4-6-3 double play, and we're to the stretch with score still tied at 2. Did expect the pitching duel today. Now Billy Hamilton, he's going to be batting left. Let me see what he does. If he's better from the left side. Not really. He's much better from the right. So let's see what happens here. And he draws a walk. Full count. Now we know that Flowers' arm is not that great in this game, but hold runner. Devin Watts has a 16. Full count. And he draws a walk, so Winker gets on. It's first and second now. And they bring in Jose Ramirez. He's had an okay year. His ERA is a little bit high. Votto needs to do something here. He struck out twice already. And he hammers it. That's going to be deep. And that's gone. 3-run home run for Votto. So, yeah, he does make up for those 2 strikeouts. Great hit. No question about that one. So we're up 5-2. No out still. Ramirez is going to be staying in there for Jeanette. 0-1 count. And a grounder to second. This should be an easy out. Now we got Tucker Barnhart coming up. He's 1 for 3, but that one hit was that big 2-run homer that tied it up. And he's going to pop up to left. That should be Acuna to get that out. And now we got Peraza up. Ramirez still in there. It's 0-1, and Peraza, nice hit. That's going to... Oh. And looks like Acuna makes a great catch there at the track. So we got the runs we needed. We're up 5-2. Let's hope this bullpen can hold it. And man, he's putting Chad Green in there already. So I'm curious if he's going to go for that 2-inning save here. They've got their top of the lineup coming up, and Albies and Dribbler. That should be tough, and he's going to hold on to it. So first batter up, and he's on base, and he's got some speed, but Barnhart's got a great arm. Chad Green, his hold is not too good, so they might try to run against him here. That's a grounder to Votto, and he goes to first with it. I guess he felt that was the best play he had there. But we got runners in scoring position now with Freeman up. And a 1-2 count. And he strikes him out. Wow, that's gutsy. 2 out for Acuna. And 1-1 count. And he lines it through the box. That's going to be a base hit and more than likely score a run. It does. So we're 5-3 now. Green has not been what I would consider a dominant closer. As you can see, a 4.78 ERA. So even though he's got the stuff and his pitches look good, and he's not a certainty when he's in there. So we got Acuna up, 1-2 count. Or Acuna on first, and he struck him out. I didn't even see the batter there, sorry, but we got maybe a little lucky there. So we're going to the bottom of the 8th, still up by 2 runs. I cannot believe we're in this situation. So I said in the last episode, I'm going to accept whatever happens in this game. And a wild pitch on a swing and a miss. He might wind up at first. He does. So that's Profar. Yep, Profar on base. And Suzuki up now. 1-2 count. And he might have gotten another hit. And that goes to center, but Profar wasn't running. Barely makes it to second. And they're bringing in Mentor, looks like. And Cliff Pennington's going to be the pinch hitter. It's 2-2, so he's not going to let Green stay in there. Curious who Girardi's going to go with in that 9th inning. Billy Hamilton back top of the order again, and wild pitch. And it's 2nd and 3rd. 1 out for Billy Hamilton. He's had a great game, even though he hasn't got a hit yet. He's a couple stolen bases, and he draws another walk. Wow. So we have bases loaded for Jesse Winker, and they're bringing that infield in, but there's a lot of room there between the infield and outfield. If he can just bloop one It's 3-1 count. And he walks in. So that's going to walk in a run. 6-3 now. And they bring in another lefty, Sam Freeman. His ratings are not that great, but he's had a good year. 3.38 ERA, 79 appearances, 84 strikeouts. So let's see what Votto can do. It's 2-0, and he's going to line it to the left. That'll get down for a hit. And another run scores at 7-3, and base is still loaded with 1 out for Jeanette. Full count, and he draws a walk. So now the wheels are coming off a little bit for Atlanta. We're up 8-3. Wow, still incredible. And Barnhart's going to line that to right. That'll get down. 1 run scored, and looks like 2 runs are going to score. It's 10-3. So I think we're looking pretty good. Now, Chad Green, I thought that he had batted for him already, but no, he had put him in the 6th spot. So Green's staying in. At this point, I would take Green out. But a pretty good bunt there to move the runners ahead. So 2 out, runners on second and third for Austin Romine, who is that catcher I picked up middle of the season to replace Devin Mesoraco on the trade when I traded him away. So that's going to do it. But we score big, 5 runs. We're up 10-3. I think we got a good chance here. Chad Green's going to stay in there to face Swanson leading off, 1-1 count. And that's a pretty big hit. That's going to be a double at least. And he's going for third. Throw in, not in time. So Swanson leading it off with a triple. Flowers up now, 1-2 count. And he swings and misses. Like I say, Green has not been a really dominant closer this year for me. And but he's got these 2 guys after Swanson striking out, swinging and missing. And that's a pop up to right. And that's going to do it. So the improbable season continues. We've made the wild card. We've won the wild card. So now we're going to go into that next round. Let's look at the box score, though, of the game. I'm kind of stunned here. I feel like Votto, even though he had the 2 strikeouts, you may have to give him the nod here for player of the game. Barnhart, though, that big home run to get us back in the game. We were down 2-0. And even Suzuki, 2 for 3 and scored a run. A good game from him. But Hamilton, 3 walks, 2 runs. Winker, 3 walks, scored a couple runs. And then Wacha pitched a great game. Iglesias winds up with the win. Green to save, even though he gave up the run. And they are, player of the game is going to be Joey Votto. But wow, can you believe this? I'm still stunned that we've gone this far. As you see, we had another achievement there, batting around 10 men coming to the plate against the Braves there. I'm really amazed that we've made it this far. So now, I guess what we need to do, so we're in the next round. Let's see who we're going to face. So it's going to be the Dodgers. And if you saw that last episode, I believe it was down the stretch, we had just a terrible 3-game series against the Dodgers. They just have that pitching staff that's so strong, so solid. They've got Seager, Bellinger, and Jock Peterson, who I think had 49 home runs. They are really stacked on both sides of the plate, and I don't really foresee us having too much luck against them. But it's a 5-game series. Anything I guess can happen. I just think that that pitching staff is definitely going to be a lot better than ours. But got to give Girardi credit. He managed a good game. and he's managed a good season. So I'm not going to rule it out. The fact that we are this far along is really surprising to me. But that's how we're going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the game. It was, I guess I'm a little bit low key because everything about this game at this point is like icing on the cake. I'm just not thinking that we were going to make it this far, making it this far and still going. I feel like it's going to be tough to get too far into the playoffs, so I don't want to get too carried away, but I'm liking how we've started out. This offseason is going to be really fun, I think, to pick up a few more pieces and see if we can come back next year and do this. But for right now, we got to think about the playoffs and that next series against LA. Before I do that, I want to see something though, just in case there's a little bit of opportunity to get past this. I wanted to check and see how close Schebler and Senzel were. I know Senzel's gone for the playoffs, but yeah, it looks like Schebler's going to be gone too. I don't foresee, even if we got it all the way to the World Series, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to come back. So Girardi's going to be having to really stretch things a little bit there with the outfield. But Suzuki came through in this game. I don't know if he'll be able to continue to play like that. I'd like to see him use Stevenson a little bit more. And maybe in the series with the Dodgers, maybe we'll see that. But thanks, as always, for watching. I hope you enjoy the episode, and hope you're a Reds fan by this point, and hope you stick with us to see how far we can get into the playoffs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next episode.